Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd, today talking about The Last of Us. And anytime that there's consideration of this show, it all goes back to the writing. Because, I mean, how is it that you could find entertainment in a show that has so much death and destruction and hopelessness? And yet the writing, which is so incredibly good, the acting, which is also so incredibly good, makes you want to watch it, even though you probably can suspect that it's not going to turn out well for any of them before the end. Nevertheless, in this episode, we have a flashback. We bring Joel back in, and once again, it shows the chemistry between the two main characters here. The story is broken down into Ellie's birthdays, and so each scene has her at a different birthday within this 5-year period that they've been in Jackson. And what really turned the tables on them. We know that Ellie has been not quite certain of what happened in Salt Lake, that she didn't quite believe from the beginning that Joel was being honest with her, but really had nothing to pin that on. And it didn't really happen until the episode with Eugene. Now, Eugene, of course, who was the psychologist husband, was bitten. And so we know what's going to happen. He's going to be infected. He's going to die. And we can't let him back into Jackson because he would be a danger to everyone else. However, in his pleading to go back and have last words with his wife, Ellie feels for him, realizes that it will be some time before he actually turns into one of these zombie monsters. And Joel promises her that he won't obey the rules this time and kill him right on the spot. And so, of course, he kills him right on the spot. And there's a wonderful scene here where Joe Pantoliano, often called Joey Pants by his friends, he was on The Sopranos. He's done a number of other things, plays this part to the hilt, and probably one of the best performed scenes of someone who is coming to terms with his own mortality. He dies. We knew we were going to die. We knew that Joel shot him because that was already talked about in previous episodes. But what this meant to Ellie was that she realized now what he looks like when he lies. And it was the same look that he gave her after the situation in Salt Lake. And that's what broke everything. Now, she had already kind of moved into the garage because of just, your usual teenage independence desires and things such as that. And there were clashes in this. And in a further flashback, of course, we discover what Joel's upbringing was like and his tendency to want to be the protector. And that's all kind of explained in how it's done, and a line by Joel's father that I did a little better than my own dad, and I hope that you'll be doing a little better than I am. And this is come back to when Ellie and Joel finally come to terms with what happened in Salt Lake. Not exactly the same line, but close enough to certainly echo it. What we have here is that we did not know before was that Ellie and Joel would have settled given more time. Ellie was upset that her life could have meant something, even if it meant giving her life, if it would cure this disease. And Joel made the decision unilaterally to save her, said he would do it again. And while she said that she could never forgive him, she would certainly want to try. And so it would seem that she would probably have forgiven him had he not been murdered in the next couple of days. And the scene there is perhaps the second most powerful scene in the entire episode, where you have the two of them being honest with each other and professing just how much one meant to the other. And according to a behind-the-scenes report, even the crew was in tears watching them perform this scene. Something that second-rate actors don't do. These were first-rate and did a tremendous job at it. By the end of the episode, Ellie is back in the present and has just come from beating senseless this infected individual who would not tell her the location of Abby. And it echoes the idea of don't be like me, which is what the message that Joel's father and Joel were trying to pass along. And Ellie has kind of missed that. She's ready to exact revenge on the people that exacted revenge. And even in disagreement with the original reason that they exacted revenge. So it's a complicated plot. It certainly is part of how the game was. The scenes, of course, with Joel's upbringing were not part of the game. And so a little of this fleshing out of characters is what makes this a very watchable show. The fact that you care about Ellie, you care about Joel, you care about the other Jackson people, and Dean, of course, and you continue watching it even though you assume that they're all doomed, because they're people that you've come to care about. So that's my thought on this. I hope that you will stay with us. We have Andor is done, but we still have a couple of Doctor Who segments coming up in the next week. And once all that is over with, we know that the new Star Trek series will not come up until August, so we will have a couple of months where we'll be back into retro reviews of Deep Space Nine and Babylon 5. So we hope that you will stay tuned for all of that as it comes. And we, of course, will pick up any new productions between now and then. So that's chilling. So until next time, don't go far.